What's going on, YouTube? Thought I'd shoot a little bit different of video today. I'm gonna go over some equipment that I have in my tanks, the 75 and the 125. I'm gonna go over the wavemakers or power heads, whatever you want to call them, what I run on my systems, just a quick review of them in my personal opinion. And yeah, this is my 75 gallon. This tank is not up and running. I've been carrying the rock in there for about a month. I leave the lights off, just carrying the rock. Probably going to do that for another 3 months or so, and then I'll start this system up. This is going to be an SPS dominant tank, so still got to get some equipment, but yeah, I guess this is what I'm running on this tank. I got a Corellia, the high door, I think is what they're called. I got that in there. I don't run this on any systems. I used to in the past, and it was actually a pretty good pump. This thing's probably about 6 years old. I run it with, dog just knocked this over. Got the wave, there it is, the Corellia Smart Wave. What this does is it's got two plugs. You can actually split those plugs right there and put a bunch of different Corellias on this. I think it holds up to about 6. But I'm just running that power head right there. Just get some water flowing here, but once this tank's up and running, I'll take it off. What I picked up today, I got the Jabo Wavemaker. I think that's the S8 model, I think is what it's called. Basically why I got this is I'm sick and tired of spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on pumps. You'll see on the 125 I got probably about $1,000 worth of power heads on there. So just a cheaper option. I think I paid $70 for this. My impression, it's probably about as strong as the MP40, the Vortec MP40. Pretty good system. I know they have a newer one out that is Apex ready. I don't really care about messing with all that, plugging it up to my Apex, but you got some pretty good controls on there. You got two different wave makers. You got the one that I'm running right now. Actually, I don't run this pump. It's got a bad reputation of not lasting too long, so once I get the system up and going, then I'll turn it on, but just for this video I plugged it in. But it's pretty cool. The wave I have on there now, it ramps up and ramps down, which is what I'll use. They have another one where it completely stops, which I will not use that, because if this pump has a bad reputation of not lasting long, that function will definitely kill it pretty quick. But overall, 4-foot tank. It's not all the way turned up. You could turn it up and down. And yeah, it's pushing some water. It's a little bit loud, but once I get this tank up and running with all the other pumps, probably won't hear it. So I think I'll probably do 2 of those, give it a try, and you know, if it doesn't work, I didn't spend hundreds of dollars on it, so don't really care. That's 75. Got the 125. I got 3 power heads on here. First, I got the Neptune Wave. This thing is a monster. Obviously, it's very expensive. I think it's probably the most expensive power head, mainstream one that you could get. Very expensive, very big. That's why I don't want it on the 75. It's a little too big. I run this about 25%, and I mean, it pushes all the way down my 6-foot tank. So definitely a very powerful pump. I would recommend this if you have the money, but obviously in this hobby, money is precious, so not everyone could get one of these. And yeah, really good pump though. A lot of different functions on it. I just use the pulsing mode. I like that one a lot, but very good pump. I see it lasting a very long time. Also got the gyri back there. One bad thing about the gyri, if you get one of the, I know they got the nano version, but if you get one of the bigger versions, if you got corner overflows on your standard tanks, it does not fit on either side. Really annoying. But gyri, I got the first model when it first came out. I've already had to replace the motor and replace the controller, so Max Spec did a bad job on the first time around. I guess they got a newer one out that's a lot better, but the first generation one, not really holding up. That side right there doesn't push as much as this side. Something with the propeller in there, just once it gets bent, kind of sticks, and not a very good pump overall, but still a nice feature, cool design at least. So pressuring that, save your money, get something else. But if you have one that works for you, let me know. But not impressed by that one. And then got your staple right here, MP40 right there. Overall good pump, super quiet. This is the first generation. I actually got a quiet drive wet side, first generation dry side. This thing's lasts a long time for me. Definitely very good pump. When I was talking to the guy at the fish store today, he told me he gets a lot of people who've had that, have since changed to different pumps, didn't like it, and then went back to MP40. The one bad thing about the MP40 is I have it hooked up to the Neptune WMX back there. For some reason, I don't know if it's my software or I just programmed it wrong, but this thing, probably half the time it's on, half the time it's off. It's been like that for a couple of years. I can't figure it out. Just sometimes it turns on, sometimes it's off. So if anyone's had any issues with hooking up to the WMX and then doing that, let me know how to fix it. When it's not hooked up to the Neptune, it runs fine. Same with the wave back there. A lot of different functions you could do. I like how you can control it on your Apex Fusion. But yeah, overall, the pumps I do have, for the most part, I'm impressed. Wave, definitely the best. The Jabo back there, can't beat the price. I like the way it looks. So as long as it holds up for me, I'll be happy. The Gyre, don't really care for it. MPs, I would go back to them easily as long as I could figure out the software. But yeah, there's my wave makers. Let me know what you think. Later.